Hi there, I'm Travis with Alpine Training Services, and today we're going to do a quick little tip on some self-rescue techniques. So when we're out climbing and canyoneering, we like to be as careful as possible in everything we're doing. But did you know that 90% of accidents that occur in those vertical adventure risk sports happen on the descent while people are rappelling down off their climb or rappelling down the waterfall? So it becomes really important that you have an ability to self-rescue while descending. Self-rescue is basically finding a way to get back up the rope, preventing yourself from rappelling off the end of your rope. And you have a couple different tools that you can use for this purpose. The first tool, kind of the Cadillac of self-rescue, are these large mechanical ascenders. They work great, easy to use, really hefty. Slightly smaller than those mechanical ascenders are these palm ascenders. Really still comfortable, easy to use, kind of large, not bad. You also have the small autoblock ascenders. They have the same teeth design as the larger ascenders, but they're small, easy to carry, and pretty lightweight. One little tip aside for these guys is if you are going to buy two, you might as well buy three, because there's kind of a greater chance that you're going to drop one in the canyon. So let's say that you're rappelling down your cliff after your climb, rapping down your waterfall, and you find your rope's been severed or cord shot or it's too short or whatever, and you need to ascend back up. Let's say you don't have any of these tools at your disposal. No large ascenders, no palm ascenders, no autoblocks. You probably actually have what you need to get back up that waterfall with just what's on your harness. Some sort of rappel device, an autoblock, and a chain. Let's take a look at how just with these three devices we can get back up that rope. So here I am in the ATS workshop testing out this technique. One item of note when you're doing these techniques is to do it as in controlled environment as possible. Don't go out to the waterfall and try it in mid-descent. Find a nice controlled area, whether it's in a workshop or on the side of a cliff, down low to the ground, and try to work on these techniques and get yourself doing them really well before you go out and have to do it in the real world. That being said, let's take a look. So I'm rappelling down my waterfall or down the cliff, and uh-oh, my rope's too short. So the first thing I want to do is lock off. So I'm going to set my prusik here on the rope. Set my prusik on the rope, and now I'm going to do my thigh wrap. Get completely locked off. There we go. I'm just going to rappel down into my thigh wrap. Good. Okay. Now I'm going to take off my prusik. I'm going to replace it above my rappel device. I'm just doing my 3 wraps. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. I'm taking the end of my chain, clipping into that, so I have a point of connection there. Okay. And now I'm pulling up close to the end of my rope as possible, so I want to try to have a little bit of rope left. I'm tying a big overhand on a bite. That's a figure 8 on a bite there. And that's going to be my foot loop. Now normally when ascending, your foot loop is on your lower ascender. But in the case of this technique, we actually have to put our foot loop on the upper ascender. So I got my bite here. I'm going to take this, do a clove hitch. I'm going to clip it in to that upper carabiner. Cool. That's my full setup there. This is what I'm going to ascend on. So all I need is my rappel device, my autoblock above, carabiner, clove hitch to my foot loop. I just made a foot loop out of the rope there. So now I'm going to take my thigh wrap off, and I still have some form of protection if I do lose control with this autoblock here that's going to lock me off. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand up in this foot loop, and as I stand, I'm going to choke up on my rappel device. And I'm going to lock off, raise up that autoblock. I'm going to stand again, choke, and lock off. As you can see, it's not too bad. I get a fair amount each ascension that I do. And the one thing I have to watch out for is when I do stand up and lock off, I don't want to lose any progress, so I have to hold myself here with my rappel device. which can be harder if you haven't set enough friction. So make sure you set enough friction. And if I do accidentally let go because I've lost control, my auto block has stopped my progress. So I still have a little bit of protection there, but it will be harder to recover from that. So make sure that you lock off. And that's it. That's how you ascend with a rappel device, an auto block, and a chain. And that's pretty much all you need. So make sure you practice this in a safe environment, but it's better than the alternative, which is having no self-rescue at all. So that's my gear technique tip for the day. Thanks.